In the middle of the Sulu Sea, west of the Philippine archipelago, lies the Tubataha Reefs Natural Park. 92 nautical miles from the nearest landmass, it is reachable through a 10-hour voyage from Puerto Princesa City, the provincial capital of Palawan. This 97,000-hectare park comprised mostly of open sea. 2 atolls, the north and the south, and the Jesse Beasley Reef are the only oceanic formations for miles around. It was established in 1988 through a presidential proclamation and strengthened through the Tubataha Reefs Natural Park Act of 2010. Tubataha is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, an ASEAN Heritage Park, and a Blue Park. It is also in the Ramsar list of wetlands of international importance, an East Asian Australasian Flyway Partner Site, and is listed as an internationally important bird area. High marine biodiversity and outstanding natural beauty, mostly underwater, is the seat of its fame. It is considered as one of the best dive sites in the world. Although famous as a world-class scuba diving destination, Tubataha is almost unknown as a major seabird rookery in Southeast Asia. We invite you to Bird Islet in the North Atoll, where almost 90% of our seabirds are found. This islet is off-limits to visitors. This 2-hectare islet in the middle of nowhere is held dear by over 30,000 seabirds that call it home. Wafts of ammonia and a cacophony of bird calls hang heavy in the air, the trademark of most seabird islets in the world. We protect 7 breeding seabird species here. Most of them nest on the ground. Brown noddy, great crested tern, sooty tern, masked booby, brown booby. 2 species breed on trees, the black noddy and the red-footed booby. The brown booby mainly occupies the plaza, the central open area of compact barren soil free of vegetation. Formerly known to inhabit other islets in the Sulu Sea, they no longer breed anywhere else in the Philippines today. The population in Bird Islet is increasing. An average minimum of 3,200 breeding adults in the last 5 years was recorded, with as many as 5,000 adults in 2020. The Philippine Red List classifies the species as endangered. On the scorching sand towards the edge of the islet, the great crested tern lay eggs in shallow scrapes. They are the most abundant breeding seabird here, with a 5-year average of 16,000 adults. Here, the great crested tern is listed as vulnerable. Also considered vulnerable, the sooty tern breeds in 2 distinct populations. Its total estimated population is more than 11,000 adults, with a trend that is generally increasing over time. While other species follow a regular breeding pattern, that of the sooty tern varies seasonally. Brown noddies make their nests on the ground using small stones and twigs. The population is generally increasing with a 5-year average of 3,000 adults. They are also listed as vulnerable. Believed to be extirpated from Tubataha, its only breeding ground in the Philippines, the masked booby reappeared after over 20 years of absence. The new arrival led a life of celibacy for 3 years before a mate arrived in 2019. They lost no time and now have a fluffy offspring, hopefully the first of many more generations to recolonize Tubataha. These critically endangered birds represents the only masked booby family in the Philippines today. The red-footed booby began to breed in large numbers in Bird Islet only in 2004. The 2 individuals recorded in 2000 ballooned to over 2,400 adults within 5 years, but has since declined to less than 1,000 by 2020. The species is listed in the category of least concern in the Philippines. Classified as endangered in the Philippine National Red List, the black noddy subspecies Worcesteri is endemic to the Philippines. It is found only in the Sulu Sea. Tubataha is its last known rookery. In 2017, it was listed in Appendix 2 of the Conservation of Migratory Species. Its population has declined by 75%, from about 10,600 in 2013 to about 2,700 in 2020, mirroring the decline of its breeding habitat. The beach forest of Bird Islet, breeding habitat of the black noddy and red-footed booby, began its slow but sure decline in 2013. Red-footed boobies exacted a heavy toll on the trees, using the leaves and branches to make nests, and over-fertilizing the trees with guano. This was made worse by years of insufficient rainfall. By 2016, the once lush Bird Islet turned into a barren oceanic sandbar. The absence of trees hastened erosion as strong monsoon winds deposed sand from the islet. Its hard calcite core was exposed to be eventually claimed by the sea. These unwelcome developments drew a heavy toll on the tree-breeding species of Tubataha. With the loss of trees, the red-footed booby population began to dwindle. However, it is found in rookeries in other islands and islets in the country. Harder hit was the last known population of the black noddy Worcesteri. Of the original population of nearly 11,000 adult birds, only 2,700 individuals remain, its decline seeming to follow the path our trees have taken. The black noddy now only breeds at artificial nesting structures installed in the islet. Another challenge we face is the proliferation of marine debris from outside park boundaries. We have seen many seabirds entangled in plastic debris. To address the loss of the beach forest and the erosion of the islet, we propagated and planted saplings of the trees that used to grow here. We planted cabbage trees and tree heliotrope in June 2020. We installed bamboo guards around the saplings to discourage the remaining red-footed booby from building their nest on them. In many cases, this did not work. In 2017, we started installing bamboo nesting structures built to the specific needs of the black noddies. These structures only lasted 2 years. So in 2020, we experimented on sturdier designs using PVC and steel pipes. We also provide the birds with nesting materials such as seagrasses, leaves, and grasses which we bring in from the mainland. Marine debris come from outside park boundaries. Park rangers regularly conduct surface water and beach cleanups. The debris are classified and brought to town at the end of their 2-month tour of duty for proper disposal. Our tour ends here, right where we started. We hope you enjoyed your visit to this faraway place. Email us for any comments, advice, or suggestions on how we can better conserve seabirds in this part of the world.